My next guest has never been complacent, however, and especially when it comes to protecting Americans and America's interests. Joining me now, Presidential Envoy for Special Missions and Kennedy Center Interim Director Rick Grenell. Rick, my man, first I got to shake your hand because I'm proud of you. It's been a long time.
I know.
We used to do this together so often.
We did, so many times.
So many times. The last couple of weeks, I've seen some serious stuff coming out of China that's been completely, I wouldn't say ignored. There've been the stock market stuff, the tariff stuff, the military drills around Taiwan, this land bridge. You know, they can build a bridge from these ships and have a land invasion to Taiwan. The saber rattling is worrisome to me. Yeah. How worried should we be?
Well, first of all, I think the headline is Charles Payne's not worried, right? So for me, like, that's it. Like, close up the show. If you're not worried, I'm not worried. No, look, if you could see what's happening on the other side with so many countries reaching out, leaders, prime ministers, presidents reaching out saying, uncle, like we want to have no tariffs. We want to do a free trade agreement. You would see that this is a genius move. Now, it's going to be painful in the short term. There's no question about that. But I believe that what Donald Trump is doing is focusing on the status quo. The status quo does not work. It doesn't work for young people.
Right.
They're not able to get homes. Look, how many people in your family who are young people working hard still in this country cannot afford a home? Interest rates are outrageous. The American dream is unattainable for the next generation.
Right.
And so the people who are panicking are the ones who are benefiting from the status quo. But there are way too many people who are sitting on the outside saying, we got to do something different.
Right.
We got to make a change.
And those people benefiting from the status quo, they control newspapers, headlines, and media. And by the way, they you know, and they're still probably upset that they didn't get their verdict that they wanted for November in the election. I started my show on Wednesday, and I talked about Moab. When President Trump came into office, he dropped the Moab, the mother of all bombs, right? The biggest non-nuclear bomb ever, and it shocked people. Why would he use this big bomb, right? The ultimate bunker blaster. But that's why it's kind of interesting that we're shocked that he went so hard and so strong on this. But to your point, this will resolve this issue longer. It won't linger on. There won't be any excuses. You either step up to the plate or you suffer the consequences.
Look, as a diplomat of 12 years, I'm going to say, instead of a Pentagon analogy, how about we say that this is America first diplomacy? This is exactly what Donald Trump told us he was going to do, is defend the American worker. No one should be surprised that he's taking on the status quo, that he's saying this doesn't work. We have to take it on. And so, yeah, he goes in a big way, in a Donald Trump way, and he says, we're going to upend the system. And I'm confident that this is going to benefit us in the long run. Again, if you could see the number of countries that are already saying, look, we don't want to do this anymore. Let me give you one quick example. The Europeans have been charging us 10% on our cars. We've charged them 2.5% for decades. Presidents keep asking, hey, can you do something about this, Europe? Can you do something? They don't listen. 10 and 2.5%, I would say. Is that fair? It's not fair.
Right.
And everyone knows it's not fair. And we all are in agreement that the system is not fair. Donald Trump is the only one who's going to say, you know what, I'm going to roll up my sleeves. We're going to fix this. Buckle up. But this is going to be better for America and for the American taxpayer. Make no mistake about it.
So from a diplomatic or diplomacy point of view, I think it only works if people believe the other side is serious, that they're not bluffing. Yeah. The bottom line is that they know President Trump's not bluffing.
Right, exactly. It's called a credible threat, right? And what you're touching on is the difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. When Joe Biden would go to the podium and he told Ukraine no, it wasn't a credible threat.
No, it wasn't.
Donald Trump has a credible threat when he says, I'm going to take on the status quo. I'm going to change the system for the better, for America, for Americans, for the taxpayer. We all know that this is a system that needs to be fixed. Every politician before Donald Trump has complained about the system and done nothing to fix it. We can't tinker. We've got to go in and fix it. And so I'm confident when I see what's happening on the other side from countries who are saying, okay, we're going to be more fair. Let's have a free trade agreement. Imagine, Charles, in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, and we have the majority of countries around the world with a free trade agreement with the United States of America. People are going to say Donald Trump was a genius. I should have bought back then.
Let's leave it there. Rick, you're the best, man.
All the best. Thanks, Charles.
Great stuff. I'm going to want to check out a couple of Kennedy Center shows.
Anytime.
All right. I got you on tape.
Hey, we got Les Mis coming June 11th. Can I put that plug in?
Put it.
Opening of Les Mis in Washington, D.C., June 11th. Opening night, Donald Trump, Melania Trump coming. That break it news here.
Oh, that's going to be great. Great stuff, my man. All right.